I'm about to tell you something that will make you uncomfortable, something that will make you defensive, something you'll want to argue with. But if you're serious about joining the 1% in 2026, you need to hear this. Your friends are the reason you're not successful, not your lack of education, not your circumstances, not your bad luck, your friends. Look around right now. The 5 people you spend the most time with, add up their income and divide by 5. I'll wait. That number, that's your financial ceiling. Not your potential, your ceiling. And unless you change those 5 people, you will never break through that ceiling. No matter how hard you work, no matter how many courses you buy, no matter how many goals you set, because success is not about what you do. It's about what your environment allows you to do. I'm going to show you the neuroscience of why proximity determines destiny. I'm going to walk you through the brutal process of auditing your inner circle. And I'm going to give you the exact framework the 1% use to build an environment that forces them to level up. But first, let me tell you about Marcus. December 2023. Marcus is 27, smart guy, graduated with a business degree, working in tech sales, making $68,000 a year. But he's got ambition. He reads the books. He listens to the podcasts. He sets goals. He wants more. So New Year's Day 2024, Marcus decides, this is my year. I'm going to start a business. He tells his 5 closest friends about his idea. Here's what they say. Friend number 1, college roommate. Bro, why risk it? You got a stable job, just relax. Friend number 2, coworker. I thought about doing that once. Too much work, not worth it. Friend number 3, gym buddy. Yeah, man, sounds cool. Let me know how it goes. Never asks again. Friend number 4, childhood friend. Everyone thinks they're gonna be a millionaire. Just be realistic. Friend number 5, girlfriend. I just want you to be happy. Don't stress yourself out. Notice something? Not one person said, that's amazing. How can I support you? What do you need? Marcus shrugs it off. They're just being protective, he thinks. So he starts working on his business, evenings and weekends, making progress. But then Friday night comes. Group chat lights up. Bar tonight? Everyone's going. Come on, Marcus, you've been working all week. Dude, you're becoming boring. One night won't hurt. Marcus hesitates. He has work to do. But he doesn't want to lose his friends. He doesn't want to be the stick in the mud. So he goes. One Friday becomes every Friday, then Thursday too, then Sunday brunch, then random weeknight hangouts. His friends aren't trying to sabotage him. They just want him around. They want him to stay the same, because if Marcus changes, if Marcus succeeds, that makes them look bad by comparison. Fast forward to today, January 2026. Marcus's business? Abandoned after 4 months. Same job, same income, same life. But something happened last week that changed everything. Marcus met someone at a coffee shop. Random conversation. Guy named David. Turns out David is 29 and runs a 7-figure business. They talk for 30 minutes. And Marcus realizes something horrifying. In 30 minutes with David, he learned more about business, mindset, and success than he learned from his 5 closest friends in 10 years. That's when it hit him. His environment wasn't neutral. It was actively holding him back. And that's when Marcus made the hardest decision of his life. Principle 1. The neuroscience of proximity. Let me explain why this isn't victim blaming or being fake. This is biology. Your brain has something called mirror neurons. Discovered in the 1990s, these neurons fire both when you perform an action and when you observe someone else performing that action. When you watch someone eat, your mirror neurons simulate eating. When you watch someone laugh, your mirror neurons simulate laughing. When you're around someone stressed, your mirror neurons simulate stress. You are literally becoming a neural copy of the people you spend time with. But it goes deeper. A 2007 study from Harvard Medical School followed 12,000 people for 32 years. The finding? Your likelihood of becoming obese increases by 57% if you have a friend who becomes obese. Not because they're forcing you to eat, but because norms are socially transmitted. If your friends think $70,000 is good money, your brain will accept $70,000 as good money. If your friends think working weekends is crazy, your brain will think working weekends is crazy. If your friends think entrepreneurship is risky, Your brain will think entrepreneurship is risky. You don't consciously choose these beliefs. They seep in through repeated exposure. Dr. David McClelland at Harvard did a study in the 1960s that proved your reference group determines your aspirations more than your own intelligence or background. He took high-achieving students and put them in groups with low achievers. Within one semester, the high achievers' performance dropped to match the group average. Then he did the reverse. Put low achievers with high achievers. Within one semester, the low achievers' performance increased. This is not motivation. This is mechanism. Your brain is constantly asking, "What's normal for my tribe?" And then it constrains your behavior to match that norm. The 1% understand this at a cellular level. That's why Bill Gates meets with Warren Buffett regularly. That's why Elon surrounds himself with engineers smarter than him. That's why every successful person you admire has a peer group that's equally or more successful. They're not networking for fun. They're upgrading their mirror neurons. But here's the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to say out loud. To upgrade your circle, you have to downgrade your old circle. And that's where most people get stuck. Because the people holding you back, they're not bad people. They're your friends, maybe your family. People you've known for years, people you love. But love is not enough. Loyalty is not enough. History is not enough. If they're not growing, they're anchors. And anchors don't come with you. They keep you in place. Principle 2, the inner circle audit. So how do you actually do this without being a jerk? How do you audit your circle without losing your soul? Here's the exact framework Marcus used. And fair warning, this is going to hurt. The 5-person assessment. Pull out a notebook. Write down the 5 people you spend the most time with. Not the people you wish you spent time with. Not the people you see once a year. The 5 you interact with most frequently. For each person, rate them 1 to 10 in these 5 categories. 1. Income trajectory. Are they making more money year over year? Are they investing? Are they building assets? Or are they stagnant? 2. Ambition level. Do they set big goals and chase them? Or do they talk about just being happy while clearly being unfulfilled? 3. Action to talk ratio. When they say they'll do something, do they do it? Or are they full of ideas with zero execution? 4. Growth mindset. When you share a goal, do they say, "How can I help?" Or do they list reasons it won't work? 5. Lifestyle discipline. Are they in shape? Do they read? Do they invest in themselves? Or do they binge Netflix, eat fast food, and complain? Now add up the scores for each person. Maximum score, 50 per person, 40 to 50. This is a high-value relationship. Protect it. Invest in it. Learn from this person, 30 to 39. This is a neutral relationship. Not helping, not hurting. Maintain but don't prioritize, 20 to 29. This is a drain relationship. They're pulling you down. You need distance, 0 to 19. This is a toxic relationship. They're actively sabotaging your growth. Exit plan needed. When Marcus did this audit, here's what he found. Friend number 1, college roommate. 8 out of 10 income, 3 out of 10 ambition, 2 out of 10 action, 4 out of 10 growth, 3/10 discipline equals 20/50. Drain. Friend number 2, coworker. 6/10 income, 2/10 ambition, 3/10 action, 2/10 growth, 4/10 discipline equals 17/50. Toxic. Friend number 3, gym buddy. 7/10 income, 5/10 ambition, 4/10 action, 6/10 growth, 8/10 discipline equals 30/50. Neutral. Friend number 4, childhood friend. 4/10 income, 1/10 ambition, 1/10 action, 2/10 growth, 3/10 discipline equals 11/50. Toxic. Friend number 5, girlfriend. 5/10 income, 3/10 ambition, 4/10 action, 3/10 growth, 4/10 discipline equals 19/50. Drain. His average score? 19.4 over 50. No wonder Marcus was stuck. His inner circle averaged a 19. That's not a support system, that's a suppression system. But here's where it gets really uncomfortable. Marcus loved these people. He had history with them, memories, inside jokes, shared experiences, and his brain screamed, "You can't just cut them off! That's cold! That's selfish!" So let me address this directly. The loyalty trap. There's a difference between loyalty and self-sacrifice. Loyalty says, "I care about you and want the best for you." Self-sacrifice says, "I'll dim my light so you feel comfortable." Your old friends don't want you to suffer, but they also don't want the discomfort of watching you outgrow them. So they'll subtly, or not so subtly, pull you back. Not out of malice, out of fear. Fear that if you change, you'll leave them behind. Fear that your success will highlight their stagnation. Fear that they'll lose you. And you know what? They're right. You will leave them behind. Because growth requires leaving behind what no longer serves you. But here's what the 1% know. You're not abandoning people. You're releasing them to find their own path while you walk yours. So what did Marcus do? The strategic distance protocol. Phase 1. Reduce frequency. Month 1 to 3. Marcus didn't ghost anyone. He just became less available. Group chat invites. "Can't make it tonight. Working on a project." One-on-one hangouts. "I'm pretty booked. Let's catch up next month." Phone calls. Let them go to voicemail. Text back later. He went from seeing these friends 3 to 4 times per week to once per month. Did they notice? Yes. Did they complain? Yes. Did he feel guilty? Yes. But he stayed consistent, because discomfort is not danger. Phase 2. Upgrade inputs. Month 1 ongoing. While reducing time with drain/toxic relationships, Marcus actively sought high-value relationships. Where did he find them? 1. Paid communities. Joined a $200 per month mastermind for entrepreneurs. Why paid? Because free communities attract talkers. Paid communities attract doers. 2. Early morning events. 6 a.m. networking breakfast for business owners. Why early? Because successful people wake up early. Filter mechanism. 3. Skill-based groups. Joined a public speaking club, Toastmasters. Joined a coding boot camp. Why? People improving skills are growth-oriented. 4. Volunteer leadership. Joined the board of a local nonprofit. Why? Board members are usually successful professionals giving back. 5. Cold outreach. Identified 10 people in his city who were where he wanted to be. Sent personalized messages. "I admire your work in X. Can I buy you coffee and learn from you?" 3 said yes. That's a 30% success rate. Within 3 months, Marcus had 15 new high-value relationships. Phase 3. Maintain boundaries. Ongoing. His old friends tried to pull him back. "You've changed. You think you're too good for us now. Remember when you used to be fun?" Marcus's response, "I'm just focused on my goals right now. I hope you understand." No justification, no over-explaining, no apologizing. Because here's the truth. You don't owe anyone access to your time just because you have history. 6 months into this process, something crazy happened. Friend number 3, the gym buddy who scored 30 out of 50, neutral, reached out. "Hey man, I see what you're doing. You're getting after it. I want to do the same. Can you help me?" And that's when Marcus learned the most important lesson. When you level up, you give permission to others to level up. His gym buddy is now Marcus's business partner. They're building together, both growing. But the other 4? Still exactly where they were 2 years ago, still complaining, still stuck, still trying to convince each other that money isn't everything while being broke. Marcus doesn't hate them. He doesn't resent them. He just accepted. They chose their path. He chose his. And those paths diverged. Principle 3. Building your 1% circle. Okay, so you've audited. You've created distance. Now what? How do you actually build a circle that propels you instead of prevents you? The 1% use what I call the intentional circle framework. Your new inner circle should have these 5 types of people. Type 1. The mentor. 1 person minimum. Someone 5 to 10 years ahead of you who's achieved what you want to achieve. This is not a formal, "will you be my mentor" relationship. That's awkward and transactional. Instead, provide value first. Share an article they'd like. Introduce them to someone useful. Ask specific questions. Not, how do I succeed, but, you mentioned X strategy in your talk. How did you implement that? Respect their time. 15-minute calls, not 2-hour coffee sessions. Marcus found his mentor by attending a local business conference. After the talk, he approached the speaker with a specific question about their presentation. 6 months of providing value later, that speaker now takes his calls. Type 2. The peer. 2 to 3 people minimum. Someone at your exact level who's on the same journey. This is your accountability group. You share wins. You share struggles. You push each other. Criteria. Similar goals. Building a business, getting fit, etc. Similar work ethic. Won't let you slack. Similar timeline. Trying to level up now, not someday. Marcus found his peers in the paid mastermind. 3 people, all building businesses, all broke initially, all committed. They meet every Monday at 6 a.m. on Zoom. Each person shares their one goal for the week, reports on last week's goal, with proof, gets called out if they made excuses. No coddling, no sympathy, just accountability. By 2026, all 3 are profitable. Combined revenue, $1.2 million. Type 3, the specialist. 1 to 2 people minimum. Someone who's a master at one skill you need to develop. Not a generalist, a specialist. For Marcus, found a copywriter making $300,000 per year. Bought them lunch monthly. Learned copywriting. Found a sales closer with a 40% close rate. Shadowed them for a day. Learned sales. The 1% don't learn from courses. They learn from proximity to excellence. Type 4, the challenger. 1 person minimum. Someone who will call you on your BS. Not a hater, a truth teller. This person points out when you're making excuses, challenges your limiting beliefs, doesn't let you play small. Marcus's challenger is his business partner, former gym buddy. When Marcus says, I don't think I can do that, his partner says, you mean you don't want to? Big difference. Figure it out. This person is annoying, but essential. Type 5, the connector. 1 person minimum. Someone with a massive network who can open doors. This is not about using people. This is about mutual value. You bring value to them. They connect you to opportunities. Marcus's connector is a real estate investor with 20+ years in business. Marcus helps him with tech/marketing. The investor introduces Marcus to potential clients. By December 2025, that one connection had generated $180,000 in revenue for Marcus. The formula. So your new circle looks like 1 mentor, 3 peers, 2 specialists, 1 challenger, 1 connector total, 8 high-value relationships. That's your inner circle. Everyone else is outer circle. Friendly, but not influential. And here's the key. You maintain your 8 with intentional frequency. Mentor, monthly check-in. Peers, weekly accountability. Specialists, quarterly learning session. Challenger, weekly conversation. Connector, monthly value-add touchpoint. You schedule it. You prioritize it. You protect it, because these 8 people will determine your next decade. The hard truth about family. Address the elephant. I need to talk about the hardest relationship category, family, because someone watching this is thinking, my family is holding me back, but I can't just cut them off. You're right. You probably can't. But here's what you can do. Love them from a distance. Marcus's family situation. Dad. Worked factory job for 40 years. Retired with $47,000 pension. Thinks entrepreneurship is risky and selfish. Mom. Stayed home. Worries constantly. Wants Marcus to have stability. Brother. Works retail. Plays video games. No ambition. Resents Marcus's success. Every family dinner, same conversation. When are you going to get a real job? Why do you have to work so hard? You're missing out on life. Marcus tried explaining, tried defending his choices. It never worked. So he changed strategies. 1. Stopped seeking approval. He realized they will never understand his path because they've never walked it. And that's okay. 2. Reduced visit frequency, went from weekly dinners to monthly. Still present, but protected. 3. Created conversation boundaries. When they brought up his career, he'd say, I appreciate your concern. I'm doing what's right for me. Let's talk about something else. 4. Found surrogate family. His mentor, his peers. These became his chosen family, the people who got him. Here's what the 1% understand. You can love your family without letting them limit you. Respect them, support them, be kind. But don't let their fear become your ceiling. Some families will come around. Marcus's dad just texted him last month. I don't understand what you do, but I'm proud of you. Some families won't, and you have to make peace with that. Your responsibility is not to make them comfortable. Your responsibility is to become who you're capable of becoming. And if that makes them uncomfortable, that's their issue to work through, not yours to shrink for. The implementation protocol, step-by-step action plan. All right, you've made it this far. You see the truth. Now, what do? The 90-day circle transformation week 1 to 2. Audit phase. Day 1. List your current 5-day 2 to 3. Score each person honestly. Day 4. Calculate averages. Day 5. Identify who stays, who goes, who needs distance. Be ruthless. This is your life we're talking about. Week 3 to 4. Distance phase. Start declining invitations. I'm focused on a project right now. I'm cutting back on social stuff for a bit. I'll catch you next month. No long explanations. No apologies. Just clear, kind boundaries. Month 2. Outreach phase. Now you hunt for your new 8. Join one paid community, $100 to $500 per month. Attend 3 networking events, early morning preferably. Send 10 cold outreach messages to people you admire. Join one skill-based group. Goal: make contact with 20 high-potential people. 8 will stick. Month 3. Integration phase. You now have your new 8. Lock them in. Schedule recurring check-ins. Provide value first, always. Be reliable, show up, follow through. Be vulnerable. Share struggles, not just wins. By day 90, you should have 1 to 2 drained/toxic relationships mostly phased out, 8 new high-value relationships established, weekly touch points with your peers, monthly connections with mentor/specialists/connector. And here's what will happen by month 6. Your income will increase. Why? Because your circle's average income increased. Your discipline will increase. Why? Because your circle's discipline normalized higher standards. Your opportunities will increase. Why? Because your circle opens doors. Final story resolution. Let me tell you where Marcus is today. January 2026, 2 years after his audit. His business, $42,000 per month revenue. Profitable. Growing. His net worth, $380,000, up from $12,000 in 2024. His relationship, dating someone ambitious who supports his grind. His health, best shape of his life. His inner circle, 8 people who elevate him daily. But here's what Marcus said last week that blew my mind. The hardest part wasn't starting the business. It wasn't waking up early. It wasn't learning new skills. The hardest part was accepting that my old friends couldn't come with me. I spent 6 months feeling guilty, feeling like I was betraying them, feeling like I was being fake or selfish. But then I realized, by staying small to make them comfortable, I was betraying myself. And once I accepted that, everything changed. Not because I'm special, because my environment finally matched my ambition. That's the secret. The 1% don't have better genetics. They have better circles. And your circle is 100% within your control. So here's what I need you to do. Tonight, before bed, complete the 5-person assessment. Write down their names. Score them honestly. Calculate the average. Then ask yourself, is this average where I want to be in 5 years? If the answer is no, you have a choice to make. Stay comfortable and stay stuck, or get uncomfortable and grow. The 1% made that choice years ago. They chose growth. They chose hard conversations. They chose strategic distance. And that choice is why they're free while everyone else is stuck. Drop a comment with your average score. Be honest. This community will support you through the transition. And if this video made you realize something about your circle, share it, because someone you know needs this wake-up call. Your environment determines your destiny. Choose your circle like your life depends on it, because it does.